Good evening and welcome to our team's second report. This will be about Chapter 11, Marketing Communication Tools for High-Tech Markets. In this report, we will discuss the following: advertising and promotion mix, integrated marketing communications, which will be discussed by me and Jay, internet advertising and promotion, which will be discussed by Hans and Marga, and finally, the website's part in advertising and promotion strategy, which will be discussed by Jen. So let's begin. Choosing the right marketing communication tool is mainly based on two major factors: the reach or coverage of the marketing tool and its cost efficiency. Gauging these factors really vary depending on how much coverage you want and your working budget. As seen in the advertising and promotion pyramid, the horizontal axis represents the coverage of target audience, while the vertical axis represents the cost per contact. As we go higher in the pyramid, the cost per audience increases while the coverage becomes narrower. These are the two main levers that you use when choosing the appropriate tool for your advertisement. I will go over the first four tools from the bottom and I will turn you over to Jay for the rest of the tools. So let's go to the first tool. Media advertising is using mass media channels for advertising and promotion. Examples of these channels are television commercials, radio commercials, print ads, and the like. Media advertising is divided into two types, namely horizontal advertising, wherein you target a wide variety of customer profiles, and vertical, wherein you target a narrower variety of customer profiles. When using media advertising, there are five main issues that you need to consider. First is the degree of market overlap. You have to make sure that your advertising and promotion really reaches your target market, as this is a mass media channel and a lot of people will receive your advertising. The goal of this consideration is to maximize wasted coverage or the people that you reach who are not really part of your target market. Next is cost efficiency, which is measured through CPM. CPM is equal to the quotient of the cost of the tool and the number of people reached multiplied by 1,000. The smaller the CPM is, the more cost efficient your advertising is. Third is fit of the content of your advertising with the brand message or the product you are advertising. And fourth is the size and frequency of the ads that will be run. At the heart of these issues is content management. Since this will be broadcasted in a mass media platform, there are a lot of other advertisements there, and your goal is to attract the viewer's attention so that your advertisement and promotion would stand out. A particular example of this is the Boyson commercial. I'm sure all of you know this, and the content of the commercial is still stuck in your heads. So let's examine this example. For the degree of market overlap, this commercial was aired during sports broadcasts on nationwide television. The usual audience of these broadcasts are the dads who are also Boyson's target market. They usually are the ones who make use of these products for fix-ins and renovations. Next is the size and frequency. This commercial is aired during sports breaks and at least once, but most of the time, it was played more than once, that's why it's still stuck in our heads. It runs at around 30 to 60 seconds. And lastly, the content stuck to the audience. This is because of the catchy soundtrack and the tagline of the commercial, the paint that lasts a lifetime. And also, it has a humorous content. Next marketing communication tool is public relations. So these are activities undertaken by a company to develop goodwill with its community, including customers and stakeholders. Examples of these are press releases, charitable events, sponsoring events, etc. Some famous PR events are Apple's Keynote and AWS reInvent. Apple Keynote is an annual event hosted by Apple to showcase their new flagship products ahead of their launch. This allows them to build up the customers' excitement so that by the time of their launch, customers will be eager to get one for themselves. The AWS reInvent is also an annual event hosted by Amazon Web Services, wherein they conduct seminars and trainings for business owners and developers that would help entice them to use AWS services for their respective businesses. Aside from this, they also use this event to showcase improvements in their current services or to launch new services. The next marketing communication tool is direct mail. This is pretty straightforward. It's a more targeted approach in marketing where mailing lists are used to send marketing emails like newsletters, release notes, and the like. This example is an SMS I received in my own Globe postpaid number. It's an ad for pest control. In this case, Globe is the mailing list broker and Globe postpaid subscribers are the targeted customers. In addition, Globe has data on user profiles, so advertisers can even choose the profile that they want to target. It's similar for other mailing list brokers. Trade shows, seminars, and trainings are somewhat similar to public relations as this also developed goodwill amongst the community. A particular example is the National Retail Conference and Expo or NRCE, which is an annual event usually conducted in SMX MOA, Pasay City, that hosts different companies in the retail industry to showcase their products. One company I worked in used to set up their booth in the expo to showcase the POS systems that they build and expand their customer base in this event because a lot of business owners attend this and are wandering around the event venue. And that's it for the lower bracket of the pyramid. Jay will now discuss the more targeted tools.
Hello guys, good evening. My name is Jay and I'm from White Team. I'm going to present the upper echelon of the ANP pyramid, which is the personal selling, telemarketing, and catalogs. So catalogs represent some of the earliest examples of direct marketing and mail order businesses. And according to the history, garden seed catalogs were meant to be distributed in the American colonies before the Revolutionary War. And Benjamin Franklin is said to have offered a catalog of books in 1744. The Orbis Fishing Catalog, however, began in 1856. This is a typo. This is not 1865. This is 1856. And is America's oldest catalog is still in circulation. 1872, this is where Aaron Montgomery Ward, regarded as the first of the consumer good catalogers, started his catalog business in 1872. And this catalog had a liberating effect on 19th century consumers. Let's jump a bit. In 1996, this is where catalog sales reached 75 billion US dollars. And according to WEPA, around that year, the Wharton Econometric Forecasting Associates, there is a study that predicted catalog sales of 87 billion US dollar in 1998. So ano na kayo nangyari doon? But if we will go back, but if we will check the most recent year, 2018 and 2020, between these 2 years, on US alone, there is a rise in catalog expenditures of 20 billion US dollars from 15.15 billion in 2018. Diyan, nagbabalik ba yung catalog? Hindi natin masasabi. But according to the reports, despite of 2 decades email and social media marketing and digitization of the consumer experience, catalog mailings have been steadily increasing since 2015. In fact, there is an evidence that millennials are particularly interested in catalogs they receive in the email. So, ganun siya ka-popular ngayon. So, parang ganito siya. Yan. Ito, catalog doon ng Santee Barley, yung binebenta kong product. Manipis lang siya, pero yung laman niya precise and easy to understand, easy to present sa consumer. Unlike during this 1940 photo, ganyan kakapal yung catalog at ganyan kadami. So kailangan kong pumunta yata sa library ng mga panahon yan para lang magtingin ng catalog. Okay, so maraming klase ng catalogs. There is a business-to-business catalogs. Business-to-business catalogs are those that provide merchandise to be used in the course of business, including everything from office supplies to computers. And consumer catalogs, those the catalogs that are being mailed at home or yung mga dinidistribute kung saan-saan sa mga malls, sa mga events. And then meron ding mga catalog showrooms. Ito yung makikita natin sa mga retail marketing event. So yung mga with catalog marketing. And then siyempre meron mga single company catalogs, multiple company catalogs. Yung multiple company catalogs, siguro kung naging part kayo ng MIS, ADP, or yung pinaka-department ng isang kumpanya na nagmamanage ng mga IT products and resources. So yung mga vendor natin, nagpapadala ng catalog yan. So isang catalog ng vendor tapos maraming product from different companies. Iba-iba. Halimbawa, server. So, server ni IBM, server ni HP, server ni Dell. So, mga ganun, iba-iba. In a single catalog, it represent multiple company. Yan, kaya yan ang ibig sabihin yan. Print catalogs, yan ganito. Yan, Santi Barley. Pagka kailangan ng barley, kontakin nyo lang ako. And then of course, online catalogs. Ito yung alam na natin kapag may gusto tayong hanapin, bilhin online, pang regalo, pang palubag-loob at pang suhol sa mga dapat suhulan. So yan. Kailangan nating magtingin sa mga online platform, online application at nandun yung mga catalogs, lalo na't malapit yung 11/11, so may 12/12, so may mga catalogs talagang available dyan na malalaki pa ang discount. Ready na ba ang cart nyo? Ako ready na. Yan. Tapos, yung literatures and manuals, sa madaling sabi, ang tawag din dito is collateral materials or marketing materials. These showcase the key benefits of the products in terms of customer can understand. Sa mga technology companies, sometimes called their collateral materials data sheets. So parang ganito. Yan. May mga data sheets talaga yan. Ito sa Citrix, favorite kong product. So ito yung minamanage kong product sa company. Citrix. So ganyan yung mga data sheet nila. And then also, it represents clear communication to products benefits in a clear, compelling value proposition. So bakit mo kailangan to? So nandun yan. Often, tech companies prepare white paper, which is a technical paper detailing the technology they have developed and the benefits it provides to customers. So meron siyang white paper. So may mga nakalagay dyan, key benefits of zero capacity appliance. So mga ganyan, yung mga example. Yan. Siguro madalas kayo makakita ng mga ganyang white paper, lalo na sa mga product na sinusupport nyo or yung mga product manager dito sa class natin. Siyempre may mga ganyan kayong white paper and data sheets, di ba? And then, of course, telemarketing. Telemarketing is the direct marketing of goods or services to potential customers over the telephone or the internet. So, alam naman natin yan kung sino yung tatawag sa inyo. Pagtawag agad, babanatan ka niyang parang nagrara, parang si Glock 9. Hindi mo na maintindihan, wala man lang rapport para mag-connect muna sa'yo. Agad babanatan ka ng, ganito. Ang gagawin mo, iti-terminate mo na agad yung call kasi hindi ganun. So there are 4 common kinds of telemarketing include outbound calls. Yun yung, ano ba to? Tatawag ka. Inbound calls, yung ikaw ang tatawagan, yung nagge-generate ng mga lead, madami yan, at saka yung mga sales calls. Yan, yung mga makikipag-appointment, so yun. So, telemarketing is a less time-intensive and costly sales method than direct sales. Costly sales method than direct sales. But like direct sales, a company makes direct contact with the customer. So, a telemarketer can close a sale at a 1/5 the cost of a sale made in person. So, ibig sabihin, mas mura. Mas mura daw. Pero, anong ibig niya sabihin mas mura? Diba? So, 1/5 the cost of a sale made in person. So, syempre, yung mga nagbebenta kasi, nagtatravel. Pumupunta sa mga opisina, halimbawa, yung Globe or yung Smart, kukuha ng corporate contract. So, syempre, pupuntahan yan kung anong makikipag-lunch, dinner, coffee, pabalik-balik, kung ano pang i-offer ng mga freebies, additional perks. Syempre, kaya mas magastos. Yung telemarketing, tatawag ka lang. Pag nakakuha ng customer yan, yun na, wala nang mga perks. Hindi mo na kailangang ilibre pa ng lunch o dalhin mo sa isang exclusive restaurant para sa dinner. So, yun daw yung advantages niyan. Easy to get customers, cost-effective. And then may disadvantage nga palang telemarketing. It has a bad reputation. Kasi yun daw yung main disadvantage is considered a nuisance by many people and is governed by many legal rules that must be followed. Sa US pala, meron pala dong no call list or no call policy na batas. Ibig sabihin, kapag yung contact number mo na andun, hindi ka talaga pwedeng tawagan kasi pag tinawagan ka, mape-penalty ka or mape-penalize ka. So, merong mga ganong kaso na merong isang kumpanya doon na hindi ko na may-mention yung kumpanya, minultahan ng 5 million kasi nga kinontak nila yung mga nasa no contact list na mga numbers. Kaya yun, na-penalize sila. And then, sino nakakakilala dito sa karakter na to? Diba? So, the miracle map. Tapos, sa harap niya, andun yung mga telemarketers. Dami. May hawak na, may mga nakaabang na telepono. So, oras na nagsalita si Joy about her product, yun na, nag-ring na yung mga phone. That's called inbound. So, isa to sa mga delivery. So, pwede rin sa social media na nakikita and then may nakalagay na number, then tatawagan mo sila, oh, kailangan ko yan. So, at saka yung mga nag-stay ng late night sa harap ng TV, tapos wala ka nang makita, nakita mo na yan, yung mga home TV shopping. Halimbawa sa Signal, di ba? May ganon. So, nag-aabang ka ng kawali na hindi dumidikit. So, aabangan mo talaga. Tapos makikita mo yung number. Tapos sale lang 50%. Siyempre, tatawagan mo. Yun yung inbound telemarketing na tinatawag. Okay? Yan. Yan yung evolution ng telemarketing way back in 1970s. So, telemarketing began enjoying mainstream success in 1970s. Tapos, yan. Ito yung kinoin on the back of its application by Bell Telecoms, now AT&T. So ngayon, iba na. Ang dami ng tools, may social media na, may CRM pa. CRM integration and marketing automation. Telemarketing is no longer relied upon as a standalone resource. Kasi marami ng tools na available sa isang telemarketer. Diba? So ito yung modern times na ngayon ng telemarketing. Ginagamit pa rin siya way back and then until now. And then, telemarketing disadvantages, yan, nabanggit ko na, at saka yung advantages. Siyempre, may mga disadvantages yan, alam na natin. And yun nga, yung pag may tumawag sa'yo, sa halip na mag-build ng rapport is binablock mo na agad. Kasi nga, agad mag-gaglock na yun siya sa phone . Ni wala man lang hello o magpapakilala. I am from CTBC Bank, meron kaming offer sa iyo, alam namin na kailangan mo to, so ganun. Yung iba talaga dire-diretso, parang si Glock 9. Okay? And lastly, personal selling. So personal selling has several important advantages and disadvantages compared with other elements of marketing communication mix. The most significant strength of personal selling is flexibility. Yan. Tingnan natin yan. Strength. So personal selling, minimize waste effort, measuring effectiveness in determining the return on investment are far more straightforward for personal selling compared to other communication tools. So yun, kasi personal siya, personalized. A salesperson is an excellent position to encourage the customer to act kasi in person. So pwede mong, yung may mga body language kasi yan, nakikita mo yung reaction ng customer. Diba? So mas madali magbenta, mas madaling sige na sir, kailangan mo to. Ganun, di ba? Multiple tasks the sales force can potentially perform. Yan, so marami ka daw pwedeng gawin in a given time. Pero may mga weaknesses yan, syempre. Kung may strength, meron din mga weaknesses. So high cost is the primary disadvantage of personal selling. So yun nga, pag personal selling, talagang pupuntahan mo yung mga target mong client, customers, or consumers. Magbabiyahe ka, di ba? Tapos matatraffic ka, uubos ka ng ilang litrong gasolina. Siyempre magastos talaga, kakain ka pa. Kaysa doon sa nakaupo sa opisina, tawag lang kay tawag. Nakatawag na siya ng 100, tapos kota na siya, tapos na. So ganun. Another disadvantage of personal selling is the problem of finding and retaining high quality people. So siyempre palipat-lipat yan, mataas yung retention. Message inconsistency. Siyempre iba-iba ng yung isang salesperson, iba yung delivery. Yung isa, mas maganda yung delivery, yung isa, hindi maayos, so inconsistent. So ganun daw yung niya, weaknesses. Isa sa mga weakness niya. Salesforce members have different levels of motivation. Yan. Kumbaga, ano ba nagmo-motivate sa isang salesperson para magbenta? Quota ba? Pangangailangan ba? Yung kotse niya ba? O yung kotse na provided ba ng kumpanya? Or siyempre, may kanya-kanyang motivation niya. At the end, pare-pares lang sila commission. Yan. So, kinumpare yung personal selling sa mass selling. Siyempre, speed in a large audience, slow yung personal selling, fast yung mass selling, cost per individual reach, mataas yung cost ng personal selling, sa mass, mababa. Ability to attract attention, mataas naman yung personal selling, mababa yung pagka nagmamass selling ka. Clarity of communications, mataas kasi nga personalized. Yung mass selling, medyo moderate. Chance of selective screening, moderate. Ang personal selling, yung mass selling, high. Oo nga, no? Tapos, direction of message flow, two-way, kasi kausap mo yung consumer o yung target customer. Sa mass selling, one-way, kasi pwedeng nakikinig lang yun tapos hindi nagsasalita. Tapos dinideny ka pa. Pasok sa kabilang tenga, labas sa kabila. Speed of feedback is mabilis, high, kasi nga kausap mo na. Maaaring kailangan niya, pirmahan na agad ng kontrata. Accuracy feedback, high of course, kasi personalized, kausap mo na in person. So, madali nang mag-usap. Maaaring sa 3 oras na usapan sa dinner, di ba? Meron na kayong, ika nga, it's a deal. Yan. So, that's the end of my part. Thank you.
Hi, good day to all of you technology managers. My name is Hans Tadina, and I am here to discuss about internet advertising and promotion, about the different types of internet ads, their relative effectiveness, and cost implications. Internet marketing is also known as online advertising, online marketing, digital advertising, or web advertising. It is a form of marketing and advertising which uses the internet to deliver promotional marketing messages to consumers. Many consumers find online advertising disruptive, and they have increasingly turned to block the ads for some reasons. To start with, I will discuss about display advertising. And display advertising is defined by banner ads, graphic or text that appear in specifically designated areas of a website or social media platform. Digital display advertising comes in a variety of different forms, but it revolves around the same principle. Although you can advertise with plain text-based ads and can still call it a display campaign, you can get much more out of your advertisements if you use these examples, such as the static images, GIF ads, HTML animations, or any other media elements that can help you get your message to your target audience. It is all about display marketing anyway. You can use different shapes and sizes. As for the accepted formats, most ad networks accept JPEG, PNG, and GIF files. Not all networks accept HTML though, but all the major players do. You can create your unique designs and animations within minutes. And if you make sure that your final product is kept within the guidelines, you won't have any problems using the banner. Based on the role display ads fulfill, there are three main types of display advertising, such as retargeting, acquisition, and brand awareness. But regardless of the platform you are running your display ads, these three main campaign sites are almost the same. Retargeting is also called behavioral marketing. As you probably guessed already that retargeting does exactly what the name say it does. It simply retargets your audience. Your main goal here is to get your customers re-engage with your product. Let's say you have an online store and you want to retarget users that have more than one session and are viewing a specific products from the same category. This would be an ideal case for your retargeting campaign to follow them around with specific ads to get them back on your site and buy the product that you are selling. Some examples to build a marketing list is through the Google AdWords, and another way of creating lists is through Google Analytics, which is more preferred since it gives more options to be more creative when it comes to creating a custom audience. Another type of display advertising is through acquisition. One of the pitfalls of using this method is that since you have no advertising experience or no polished product or service, you will end up spending huge amount of money with no significant results. The easiest way to measure the performance of acquisition method is to look directly at how much money you spend and how much you get out of it. When looking at the profitability of your acquisition campaign, a good idea is to look at your customer lifetime value and make sure that your cost per acquisition stays under the expected value. Later on, we will discuss about the different pricing models in online advertising. Brand awareness is another example of display advertising. Your main goal here is to reach as many people as possible and influence them to get interested in your brand. Although this has a wider reach, you still need a relevant and specific audience. You need to focus on metrics like impressions, followed by engagements if you are advertising on social platforms. Likes and shares further extend your reaching and helps your ads to reach a greater audience. Another type of internet advertising is the search ads. It is based on the keywords a user enters into a search engine. This is a good example of search ads. As you can see, search advertising is very much effective. It is based on the explicit need of the users and it increases the number of click and conversion. Whenever you look for a product or service online, Google or any other search engine displays a results page. The ads can be displayed in many ways, but search engines typically indicate which results are sponsored or not. In our example of Google search results, sponsored entries are typically displayed as top results, and some are also displayed at the bottom of the page. Currently, Google is marking page search results with a small green ad symbol next to them. Another question here is how actually search ads work. For Google, they are using a modified second price auction system to rank the ads. Basically, instead of having to pay the full price, advertisers pay the amount needed to beat the nearest competitor depending on their ad rank. Now, we go to pricing models for online advertising. Advertisers can actually calculate price in many other ways. These pricing models are important for your budget strategy. So it is worth your time to understand the different options that are available. CPC and CPM are the most common pricing models because they have been around for quite some time already. CPC or cost per click charges the advertiser for every click on their ad. The price usually ranges from cents to a few dollars. Usually, publishers receive more revenue if the ad is hit and clicked several times, while the advertisers end up paying more in this scenario. Cost per mila or 1,000 impressions simply means the number of times the ad is being shown. It doesn't matter if the ad is clicked or if it prompts any action from the visitor as long as it has been displayed. Another pricing model is the CPA or cost per action or acquisition. It typically charges an advertiser if the visitors have taken action. This action may be to sign up for a trial or maybe the user has downloaded an application. Aside from the three most popular display advertising pricing, there are a few that emerged in the recent years, like the cost per follower that is usually used for social media marketing. Cost per view is used for online video ads. Cost per install is typically for mobile apps. And cost per download is for online application or any downloadable products. Now we go to the internet advertising that they call Web 2.0 technologies. Web 2.0 is defined by Tim O'Reilly as the business revolution in the computer industry caused by the move to the internet as a platform and may attempt to understand the rules for success on that new platform. When it comes to defining 2.0, It simply means that internet applications will allow sharing and collaboration opportunities to netizens like us and help them to express themselves online. Web 2.0 is an improved version of the first World Wide Web. Basically, it is just a transition from static to dynamic, or what they call user generated content, and the growth of social media. In other words, Web 1.0 is a read only web, while Web 2.0 is a read write web, and it has rich web applications, web oriented architecture, and social web. Not so many has been changed with its technical specifications, but it is more on the ways web pages are designed and used by the netizens. Web 2.0 examples include hosted services like Google Maps, web applications such as Flickr, video sharing sites such as YouTube, wikis, blogs such as WordPress, of course, the ever popular social networking Facebook, microblogging such as Twitter, podcasting, and other content hosting services. As you can see, the major difference between 1.0 and 2.0 is that Web 2.0 websites enable users to create, share, collaborate, and communicate their work with others without any need of any web design. These capabilities are not present in Web.10 environment. Adobe Flash, Microsoft Silverlight, and JavaScript are the most commonly used technologies in delivering Web 2.0, in addition to Ajax, RSS, and Eclipse. Some of its advantages are its availability and variety of media platforms. It is user-friendly. It can create dynamic learning communities and can be actively involved in knowledge building, and it provides real-time discussion. To discuss about the future of web technologies, or the more established phase they are calling as Web 3.0, I will turn you over to Marga. Take it away, Marga.
Thank you, Hans. And for continuing the topic under the internet promotion and advertising, this is Margot that I'll be discussing about the Web 3.0 and other marketing communication tools available right now. Okay, the most recent one. So, but before that, we can actually identify easily the differences between the three technologies, web technologies. So basically, the web 1.0 and 2.0 are the static web and the interactive web, respectively. So for the static web, it prioritizes the democratization or the information on the information access, whereby low user interaction with content and the user navigates and identifies contents on its own. While Web 2.0 is a content production, where users become either the producers or the co-producers of the content. So in the search engines, for example, when we type certain topics doon sa search bar, the results becomes more advanced, whereby it's either you can see a sea of information, and the most trending ones input by other content producers. So that's the Web 2.0. Well, for the Web 3.0, it's a bit leveled up web technology, focusing on action and knowledge capacity. So the actionable intelligent web, they call it, where users and computers work together in problem solving and in intensive knowledge creation tasks. So this includes machine learnings and artificial intelligence. Example is the Apple Siri that recognize or use voice recognition. No, when we ask what's the weather today, it immediately search word by word on its default system, no, and then provides the relevant information you need. And the same information being provided by the Google Analytics. So to further illustrate the um, coverage of the Web 3.0, I have a clip here for you to like for everybody's benefit as well. understand artificial intelligence and data analytics and machine learning.
Artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. For anyone who's not a data scientist, the terms associated with computing's next big wave can be pretty confusing. But at the most basic level, the relationship between these three key concepts is fairly simple. Artificial intelligence refers to the broad category of computing in which a system is capable of learning directly from data, a capability made possible by the advent of data analytics and applied either through a set of rules that are evolved over time through human intervention with the system, or increasingly through the process of machine learning, in which the system expands its ability to process and use information without the need for additional human intervention. While the broader concept of artificial intelligence has been around since the 1950s, it was the introduction of machine learning in the 80s that brought the first real wave of significant advancements to the field. Then, as computational performance reached a tipping point in the last decade, a new wave of even more dramatic breakthroughs began to gather momentum. Deep learning is a branch or subset of machine learning that leverages those computational advantages and a set of new techniques, such as neural networks, to make sense of and learn from even larger amounts of data. The result has been an impressive acceleration in the progress of elusive artificial intelligence capabilities. Capabilities like image, speech, and natural language recognition that promise to have a significant positive impact on our everyday lives. The emergence of deep learning also serves as a reminder that the technology and techniques for achieving the full potential of artificial intelligence are not static, but will continue to evolve just like us.
So actually, companies like Apple, IBM, even in Google, they have been investing in Web 3.0. For example, for Google, over the past decades, it has made like several acquisitions of companies in the semantic web area, such as applied semantics and MetaWeb technologies, among others. So that's the uh, future, or actually, it's the current now because it's the present technology that we have, right? So let's go to the viral marketing, or the so-called commonly called as well as buzz marketing, whereby it's a um, word of the mouth communications to generate interest and excitement in the company's products or services. So simply, viral marketing is a style of promotion that relies on audience to generate message of a product or service. And the benefits here is that this kind of marketing tool is appeals to the targeted audience. It has a bigger market reach. Okay, it has a strong visual strategy, and people creates and share contents in real time, timely, with the timely publication. Like for example, in the Jollibee, although it's not a uh, perhaps not the best example for high tech markets, no, but they use um, their video productions, no, pinopost nila sa YouTube and social media accordingly to the event, kung ano yung tawag nito, yung sineselebrate. I think the most viral ones were the videos or the sequels during the Valentine's period, from maybe naglast na siya over 2 years na. So which gathered a lot, millions of views from the you know from the targeted customers. And also the recent example was the Ligo Sardines witty posts on their products, their advances, and even their opinions here. Like they're promoting na sa wakas, finally, yung um, uh, tag nito, meron ako sariling can opener yung product. Promoting their product, lalo na this pandemic, na ma-acquire ng ibang consumers, no? Kasi sila na lang ata yung hindi nag-upgrade yan. Very recently lang. And perhaps another tool another example would be the Netflix. So right now, they are now including top movies doon sa dashboard nila, no, to identify for the cost for the viewers to check on what's the latest one and what's the most watched movies. So that's how viral marketing works. So if it's marketing is considered as viral when it reaches the point where it's being shared by the public at a large, no? Rather than only a targeted audience. So if ever, if you achieve it, it means that your message is the message of you relied the message successfully to your customers. So that's therefore this depends largely on the ability to create something extremely popular. So gimmick ba sa sinasabi natin, right? And then we also have mobile marketing or the mobile commerce. For this one, um, in Philippines alone, we have projected over 90 million mobile users by 2025. And as mobile phones are used to facilitate most of our transactions, from the product purchases and for all the convenience, we can now even transact via QR codes, and purchase a lot of things through our mobile phones. So examples here for mobile advertising formats include the SMS text messages, interactive ads, rich media ads, push notifications where customers can sign up or set up uh, set up to receive some alerts. Okay. And then the selection of a mobile and platform depends on the target audience, of course. So it is important to understand the needs of your audience and choose a platform that can offer you maximum ROI. So if you just use mobile app ads, such as yung sa Facebook, then it's actually one of the top mobile channels na in terms of high ROI. So here, why mobile marketing? Because it increases the mobile phone users. Since there is an increasing mobile phone users, there is an opportunity to offer more ways to reach the target audience and, of course, produce more engaging ads. So it even surpasses the use of TVs since people nowadays spend time more on their phones. And based on the statistics, there are a lot, even millions of number of mobile apps being developed. Um, this also take advantage of active internet users versus yung mobile internet users. So, konti na lang diferensya nila. And then, the mobile apps used most frequently are the social media apps, gaming apps, communication and messaging apps like Viber, WhatsApp, and retail apps. So, usually right now, uh, puro may mga ads na yan sila. So, it's rapidly changing and adapting based on the, consumer habits. And one of the examples here on the mobile marketing is the Apple. So, they have started uh, utilizing the App Store after maybe a year of developing the first iPhone. So they actually parang aside from internet search, they put it everything in an app for the convenience of the users, right? And GAT also uses a mobile ad through an Instagram post where they target millennials naman. So with the more active or lively ambience dun sa video, they actually search like in a 19-day period, they reach like 73% click, what they call this, click, high, teka, I'll check the term. they have 70% higher click-through rates, no, than its past Instagram ads they've ever posted. And lastly, we have Starbucks mobile app, where they were actually one of the parang biggest brain move na ginawa sa market, where they use the Starbucks app to offer the fastest way to pay and earn stars from the Starbucks rewards and loyalty program. So the app can be used as well to locate the nearest Starbucks store, order ahead, and use a contactless payment. So um, that kind of convenience is also a strong promotion strategy for Starbucks. No? And then we also have the marketing in virtual reality environments. We have actually three types of under this one. We have the virtual reality, whereby we place the user in another dimension, and augmented reality, we place the content into the real worlds, and mixed reality, where we combine the virtual and real things to interact with each other. So virtual reality marketing, brands and product promotions, virtual and augmented reality technology. Customers can try before they buy, and the marketers can create a memorable brand experience and highlight real life impact to customers. So example ng mga virtual and augmented reality technology we did for the gaming apps like the Pokemon Go, no? Alam ko maraming naglaro din sa atin ito. IKEA also produced their own app, whereby the users can like have an experience, virtual experience on the furnitures. So they put that in an app. And then for the mixed reality example is that like we have in siguro yung mga big theme parks like Disneyland and Universal Studios. No, they have this facility like sa Hong Kong, Hong Kong Disneyland is yung sa Iron Man, where you wear your like an AV, VR, okay? And then may mga effects, actual effects na kunwari mahangin, or may sprinkling ng water, something like that. So that's example of the virtual reality, marketing in virtual reality environments. Okay, so this is another example of the use of virtual reality. So, Pons actually, no, used. It's a brand that sells beauty and healthcare. It's actually under Unilever. It partners with a Inmobi to create the world's first face detecting augmented reality rich media mobile ad. So the interactive ad allowed people to experience a unique and relevant experience in an effort to buy the pants product solution. So in a market that is oversaturated with similar products, they knew that they had to stand out somehow. So it's part of their competitive advantage to do this. So they decided to target prospects where they were using smartphones and use several filters. No, Pans made their ad personalized by using the front-facing cameras in everyone's smartphones, when thereby no downloading anything or visiting another sites. So when users look at their phone cameras, the camera would track the various features of the face, and then automatically detect the acne prone areas, such as in this video. And then the user can move their face through the augmented reality. So the results were of this campaign included the 39,000 users interacting with the app in just 29 seconds average engagement. So this is an example of successful use of virtual reality for Unilever or Pond's product. So dealing with the disruptions, we know that the bottom line of our every marketing decision is always following naman the um, 4Ps. So we've been saying that reaching the right marketing decision is not easy, even though it can make a huge difference in the results. Traditional marketing may have evolved over the past few decades, but the fundamental aspects remain the same. The selling techniques that we use today heavily rely on the infamous P4Ps. So that's the product, price, place, and promotion. Every successful business knows how to integrate or how integral this um, this to create a proper sales funnel. So by leveraging the 4Ps of marketing, a business can actually lead its prospect and customers through any sales funnel and see favorable results. But on the surface of digital marketing, it may look different than the traditional marketing in a big way, as it is all about the fourth P, which is the promotion. However, the fact is, digital marketing or the online marketing, internet marketing, daming terms, is highly effective because it does not ignore any of the 4Ps of the marketing. It rather uses each one of them in a unique manner and sometimes even better than the traditional marketing. So, with this, I'm turning you over to Jem to discuss on the um, on advertising and promotion strategy for high-tech markets on the part of the website, the role of the website. So, thank you, everyone.
Hi everyone, I am Jim, and today I'll be discussing about the website's part in advertising and promotion strategy. The first topic is website design. Effective websites are designed with clear objectives of what the company hopes to accomplish with its web presence. Effective websites exhibit both reinforcement and fit. Reinforcement refers to the degree of consistency between context, content, community, connection, customization, communication, and commerce. We'll be digging deeper into each of those in the next few slides. While fit refers to the match between the website design and the needs of the target market. Reinforcement, an example of it is when a website wants to build a vibrant community but does not provide easy two-way communication tools. That website would be low in reinforcement. An example naman for fit would be Google's site has a minimalistic look and feel, as well as useful content to draw users and keep them. Therefore, Google site is high on fit. Uh, these are the elements of an effective website. There are seven, and these are the first four. The first one is context. Context is a website design and layout, sometimes termed as look and feel. It refers to the aesthetics or how it is pleasing to the eye. While next is content. Content are all the digital materials on a website, including information, products, and services. Content is what is presented. So, for example, if you are uh, a company that is marketing a product, the content should be the functions of the product that you are trying to sell. Next is community. Community is the ability of users on a website to interact with each other, build bonds, and share common interests or value. So community naman is the interaction of the users of the website. Kung paano sila nag-uusap-usap. So an example of this would be reviews on your product, things like that. Customization is the ability of website to present flexible information tailored to different users or to be modified by users to suit their unique needs. So how can your website match the user's taste? Or for example, may mga ayaw sila makita, pwede nila tanggalin, things like that. Next is communication. Communication is the means by which the website permits interaction between itself and its user via live chat, email, or telephone. So an example of this would be support. Next is communication. How well the website is linked with other useful websites. And last is commerce. Website's capability to execute commercial transactions between buyers and sellers. So an example of a effective website would be Facebook. So for context, minimalist approach niya, di siya masyadong colorful. Next naman is content. So for content, halos lahat nata ng content meron sa Facebook. Merong news, vlogs, videos, reviews, things like that. For community naman or interaction between the users, meron tayo nung Facebook groups or ang example na ginamit ko sa presentation would be the quarantine tribute tips na sobrang useful ngayong quarantine. And next is the messenger naman, so to contact your loved ones. Next is customization. So for customization ng Facebook, pwede mo makita pwede mong ma-change kung sino yung gusto mong makita sa newsfeed mo or as well as ano naman yung gusto mong makita ng tao sa wall mo. So pwede mo rin i-control yun. For communication naman, so andun naman yung Facebook support or pwede mo rin i-report yung mga posts na ayaw mong makita or posts that you find sensitive. For connection would be, of course, ang Facebook ay connected with Instagram and other sites. And last would be commerce. So an example siguro ng commerce would be the Facebook Marketplace. The next topic would be building a site traffic. The goal when building a website is to attract consumers to check and browse your website. Many companies allow a great big fast strategy for their website or growing the number of visitors quickly. However, such strategies make sense only under certain conditions. So the first one would be network effect. Network effects is when websites follow a great big fast approach when driven by indirect externalities in which the number of customers provides an interactive opportunity for advertisers. Next would be the scale of economies. Scale of economies is when a company can spread its fixed costs over growing revenue base. And last would be customer retention rates. The real payoff from getting a get big fast customer acquisition strategies is found on customer lock-in. Mas chine-check ng customers yung website ng product na familiar na sila or ginagamit na nila. Next topic would be evaluating websites effectiveness. Effective website management requires a way to track not only the traffic but also what those visitors are doing at the particular site. So, how do we measure a website's performance? First, we use the web metrics. Metrics are those data na nakukuha natin from sa ating server side. So, for example, kung ano yung mga URLs na clinic nila, kung saan pumunta yung mga customers, etc. Well, web analytics is how we interpret those data. I won't be discussing much of this because it will be tackled by the next group. Next one, this one is not part of the book, so but I included it kasi feeling ko part siya na paggamit ng website in advertising and marketing. So minimum viable product. MVP is a development technique in which a new product is introduced in the market with basic feature but enough to get the attention of the consumers. The final product is released in the market only after getting sufficient feedbacks from the product's initial users. So an example of MVP technique is a fake landing page. A fake landing page is a minimum viable product wherein you pretend to provide a product, feature, or service to a web page or app visitors. Without developing anything just yet, you can communicate to visitors that the thing exists and ask them to act on it. If they do, you know what they want, you know they want it, and it's the time for you to working on developing it. So for this one, example na nakita ko is yung Note Pen. It's sabi nila it's an app daw that where you can write things down. So if you can see sa example dyan sa picture sa presentation, it would ask for the user's email kung gusto talaga nila yung app, and then i-email na lang sila kapag okay na yung note, yung app na yun. And next example of MVP technique would be 404 and coming soon pages. It is when you act like you're adding a new feature, but when the user navigates to the page, it either displays a 404 error message or a page that says the product is coming soon and will ask you to sign up. So ang parehas lang silang dead end pages sa isang sa URLs na hindi naman talaga makikita, hindi naman talaga mabibili ng consumer yung product na yon. So so ang gumagamit ng mga 404 pages ay mga bigger companies kasi sila kasi kahit kapag napunta sila doon, kapag napunta yung mga users doon sa 404 page, marami pa silang ibang products na pwedeng tignan at hindi sila madi-disappoint sa pag-visit nila doon sa website, sa buong website. So, an example of this would be Amazon. So, for Amazon, marami doon mga products na pwedeng makita. So, pag naglagay si Amazon ng isang fake product lang doon at nag-redirect sa isang 404, pwedeng mag-redirect ng users sa ibang product to check others. Kasi nga, yung product na pinapakita nila hindi pa existing. While first, hindi siya effective for smaller companies kasi kapag ganun yung ginawa nila, madi-disappoint yung users and may chance na hindi na bumalik dun sa website nila. So what is effective for smaller companies are coming soon pages. It would be a picture of the product, sinasabi na darating siya, na madideliver yung product or darating yung product at this amount of time and they can come back or they can ask for the consumer's email. Tapos, ayun, email na lang sila pag andun yung product. An example of a product that was launched using a coming soon page would be the Oculus Rift. So, sa unang-unang product ng Oculus Rift, they used coming soon page in form of pre-order. So, so users get to type in, tapos nakikita rin nila of which particular feature ng product yung clinic ng user. At so doon nila yun yung magiging points nila for marketing pag ni-release na nila yung actual product. So that's it. That's our report. Thank you for listening.